Hi, everyone. This is Robert Fukui with I-61, and I'm here today with Karen Albert of Behind Your Curtain, a social media consultant. And so today's topic is going to be around social media, and we're going to address some of the common questions that I get, and I know Karen gets. And I know even though as a marketing consultant, I do address this and help when we're developing strategic plans. We obviously implement social media most of the time. But instead of hearing from me, I figure why not bring in an expert, someone like Karen, who actually does this on a day-to-day basis for clients, which is actually not just strategizing how to use social media, but but implementing it as well. So Karen, thanks for joining me today, and I'm really glad you're here.
Thank you. It's my pleasure, Robert. I really appreciate the opportunity to be here today and speak to you and your listeners, and hopefully shed more light on the world of social media.
Yeah, no, I'm sure you're going to bring a lot of value today, and to reassure the viewers. I've known Karen for a little bit, and I've already vetted her out, so I know she knows what she's doing. So rest assured that she'll be adding a lot of value here today. So Karen, before we get started or going into social media, for me with I-61, I love to help business owners really find their purpose and really drive their business by purpose and not just about the bottom line. So I'd love to hear from you about, a little bit about your business, your consulting business, as well as, what is your purpose for doing what you do?
Yeah, thanks. It's a good question. And it's honestly a question that is one that I ask myself all the time, because it's really important for me to be clear on my purpose. And I think we know as God-led people that we can stay connected to the purpose that he has for us. And then we get on that path and, like Gideon, right? We get a big head and we think, oh, this is all about us. And we go in this direction, start making choices that are not about, his choices and will. So I'm constantly asking that question of myself I think I know my purpose. Is it really the purpose? Because it's big picture stuff, right? So I do know, though, that at the critical time back in 2010 that I was sharing with you previously, when my mom passed away, that was a critical moment in my life that really caused me to reflect on, am I really doing something here that is purposeful, right? Because something significant like that, you kind of want to find the silver lining in it. You don't want it just to be for naught. There's that life is short. We don't know what tomorrow brings. Right. And we can get on our hamster wheel and make other people a whole lot of money, right? And we can mistake activity for progress and not really be focused on what are we meant to do while we are here. So that was a real milestone moment in my life when she passed away. And so at that time, I had been working for this software company in sort of a strategic client services, offering sales and marketing to the customers of the software company. And again, I was just in that position, right? I was feeling good about myself. We had started to incorporate Facebook as a part of what we were doing, which fascinated me because the old traditional ways of marketing was you turned over your copy content to the radio or the print or the magazine or whatever, and then it was gone, right? So you had no control over, did it get in front of who we wanted it to, and we had to pay for it. So Facebook comes on the scene and I'm like, I can write this whatever I want, whenever I want, and put it in front of whoever I want, and it's free. I'm like, oh yeah, I'm definitely going to invest some time in getting to know this. And so used that in my role at the software company. And so, so when my mom passed, I knew that was a time that it really caused me to take a look at what I was doing. And so at that time, I also then parted from the software company and didn't really quite know the what. I just knew it wasn't that, And so I had a friend of mine who was a next door neighbor, and she had a nonprofit organization. And so she was asking me, knowing that I had some downtime, asking me to help find using social media to help gain awareness of this event that she was putting on. And it was a fundraiser and sell tickets and all this kind of stuff. And so I thought, well, all right, I'm not really doing anything. I'll go ahead and help her out. And so 90 days later, we had this fantastic event, great turnout. And the real estate agents that had donated the space for that event came up to me afterwards and they said, so how much would you charge to do our social media? And I went, I'm going to get right back to you on that. That was opportunity knocking, right? So I mean, literally fast forward to today. Since then, I have been able to help hundreds of small business owners, entrepreneurs, help them really understand how to use social media to get in front of their target market so that they are actually maximizing their efforts to get more clients. And so then we go, okay, well, so social media, like, how is that really making a difference? You know, how is that a part of a bigger plan, like purpose-led, you know? But I am an educator at heart. When I know something that I learn something that I genuinely believe is going to help someone else be more successful and potentially reach the goals and the dreams that they're trying to accomplish, that's my passion. And so I look at social media as being a tool that can either be very positive and have a good positive effect towards how you're trying to communicate, or it can be damaging. So I think it's important to understand how to use something like this for the better, to make a positive impact, regardless of what your business is. You can use this very powerful tool to promote your purpose and your passion and what the difference is that you're trying to make. So I sort of feel as if God has led me to be this educator of this tool that can go either way, right? And staying tapped into the fact that, you know, maybe I get to minister to them while I'm consulting with them a little bit. And, you know, I've actually started to throw in a little bit of scripture in my presentations. And I think it's all there, right? Right. It's already there, all written down for us anyway. So you can use it to kind of bring the point home.
Yes, and I love it that, you know, just like a lot of entrepreneurs, you kind of fall into your business. Right? It's just like you're good at something, somebody recognizes it, and next thing you know, oh, well, you sell it. You know, now you have to come up with the price, and now you have to come up with the business.
Exactly. Yeah.
So that's a great story because I never knew how you actually just got started.
Oh, okay.
And I love the fact, you know, when you're talking about your purpose, yeah, you're an educator, but at the same time, you're also an empowerer. You know, you're really helping these entrepreneurs live their dream. And, you know, a lot of times where entrepreneurs are struggling, you know, there's always ups and downs in any business cycle. And
yes.
have somebody to help lift them up. And what you do is not just a business transaction, but it's a relationship that you're building with these entrepreneurs to help them fulfill their dream. And that's purposeful, right?
Yeah.
And I'm sure when they see the success, they're just like, okay, you know, we can do this. There's sense of relief, there's a sense of encouragement. And so that's a huge thing. And I bring that up because I want people that are listening to know that no matter how, sometimes we just kind of, we discount the value of our own business, that we're just selling a widget or just some type of service. But you really have to go beyond that about the person that's receiving your product, receiving your service. There's something of value that they're receiving that is bigger than I think that people think. And so to really not discount what they're doing, but to really see that they're out doing something of a great purpose.
Yes.
Right? So thanks, Karen, for that.
Absolutely. Yeah.